The last couple of months obviously have been challenging as the country has endured the devastating impacts.
We're live here in Houston, where Harvey's rains keep coming. The city is now facing an unprecedented flood event.
Of natural disasters and tragedies which have impacted millions of people across the country.
Branches are starting to come off this tree next to us. It was only a matter of time.
Including many of our Simon employees and their families. Our thoughts and prayers go out to all affected.
Puerto Rico ravaged after taking its first direct hit from a Category 4 hurricane.
And due to the dedication and heroic efforts of our field team members, thankfully all of our personnel got through these events.
In a year that saw natural disasters on an unprecedented scale strike America, from hurricanes to wildfires, our Simon team and their families were in the path of all of these events.
There has been significant disruption from Texas to Florida, Puerto Rico, and California. Across all of our platforms, we closed 45 of our centers for a combined 412 days due to natural disasters, including the one that occurred in May at Colorado Mills due to a hailstorm.
Our people were united in how they responded, with extraordinary commitment and courage. And they proved that the spirit of Simon is stronger than fires, floods, and storms. In Houston, an operations director was stranded in his truck for 15 hours by floodwaters after leaving his home to make sure his center was ready for the storm. Others volunteered to stay at their properties, a 5-day commitment that meant sleeping in offices and leaving family at home. Meanwhile, with flights canceled, a Simon operations director from Florida drove directly through the hurricane to reach a property in Louisiana that needed assistance. As the storm slammed into the Gulf Coast, a young man in Florida volunteered to work nearly 2 weeks before he was scheduled to start at Simon as a senior maintenance worker. The team welcomed his help as he assisted in clearing debris and solving storm-related technical problems. As Irma receded and Maria beckoned, other Florida teams worked together to gather supplies for their co-workers in Puerto Rico, using their own storm experience to help plan a relief airlift. With less than 12 hours' notice, emergency response teams from various Florida properties gathered with their families to divide and conquer an extensive list of essentials, including food, water, cots, personal hygiene supplies, and more. 28 dedicated volunteers then flew the supplies by chartered jet to help our people in Puerto Rico get back on their feet. Just 1 day after his wife gave birth to his first son, a Simon security director in Puerto Rico returned to 12-hour shifts at a mall without power, water, or cell service. When the lack of gasoline became critical, this young combat-trained ranger leveraged his rank as an Army Reserve member and navigated dangerous conditions to secure needed fuel supplies. Security on the island was one of the major concerns in the aftermath of Maria. So it helped that 2 Simon team members in Puerto Rico were also retired law officers, allowing them to travel armed to protect our people. These faithful guardians stayed a week in dire conditions that included sleeping in cots and washing in a parking lot shower. The most destructive wildfire in California history came within miles of a Simon property. Our team responded to help a community in desperate need, with carbon filters on HVAC units to keep the air safe, by opening the property as a collection station for Salvation Army food, clothing, and essentials, by offering complimentary food and beverages to displaced community members seeking refuge. Some Simon team members, displaced from their own homes by the fires, insisted on still coming to work to help out. One dedicated associate went so far as packing all of his belongings in his car just in case he would not be able to return home at the end of the day. Across the country, anywhere help was needed and dedication was called for, the people of Simon were there, showing their loyalty, sacrificing their comfort, and living their commitment to the spirit that binds all of us together.
We operate in any kind of environment. We do extraordinary stuff. We give back to the community. I can't tell you how people have stepped up in this company dealing with these crazy events.
Mr. Simon said it best and speaks for the entire company when he says,
I couldn't be more proud of the Simon team who have demonstrated courage, resilience, perseverance, and how they've professionally responded to these unprecedented events. Proud of the organization.